Hello, everybody. I want to talk today about something very important that I don't think enough people understand or get. And I think it's one of the keys to having a relationship with our Creator and being successful at everything we do in life because of this one thing. And many people often misunderstand this, and sometimes this keeps us even away from having a relationship with our Creator. The scriptures talk about always, if you want to have a good long life of peace and shalom, you should fear our Creator. The fear of our Creator should lead us to so many great things, right? Well, the word fear and many other words that we read in the scripture, love and hate, and all these other words are it's a different language when we're looking at it from a scriptural context. And the way we use these things and the way we use fear and the way we use these other words are often taken out of context because they're meant in a different context. And I'm not trying to change scripture. I'm just trying to let you know here, if you change the word fear to reverence and you apply that to your life, you will understand nothing should be given more reverence than our Creator. This is why it says in the commandments, have no other gods before me. Do not make any idols in your life. And when you do make idols, you're putting other gods before our Creator, and you're giving those things more reverence in your life than you are to our Creator. To fear our Creator, or to have reverence of our Creator above all things, even above your own feelings and your own thoughts, is the key to joy, happiness, peace, and success. To have reverence for our Creator above all things. So when it says these things in the scriptures, and it talks about all of these different things, these are the things we need to look at. In Psalms 25, verse 14, it says, the secret of Yah is with those who fear him, and he will make them know his covenant. Those who give him reverence. Now, it's a very complicated thing in today's world to not pick and choose to the things that feel good to our flesh and indulge in those things more than in the things that might not seem exciting to us, that our Creator tells us to do or to avoid. However, we need to put things in priority in our lives. And the reverence of our Creator should become before our feelings, our emotions, and our thoughts. And if we've made that decision to follow our Creator, we've made that decision. We need to learn His Word, study His Word, and meditate on His Word. And just think, when a situation comes up, what would our Creator do? What would He say? What does His holy word say to do? And we think about this. And then we go to Psalm 67, verse 7 says, our Creator shall bless us, and all at all ends of the earth shall fear him, shall give him reverence. This is what we need to do in all things, to give our Creator reverence. This, folks, goes beyond just reading a scripture and taking it out of context, because the words we're using are a common part of today's words and today's language that we use in a different way. The Bible's, people say, well, it's all about love and there's no fear. But we're using fear in a way of, that's not in a way we should be using it. We don't want our children to walk around fearing us, but we want them to give us reverence where they respect us and they trust us more than they trust their own understanding. And they're going to listen to us because they know we're smarter than them, not because they're dumb, just because we've been around longer. So we make these wise decisions, not based because they're our decisions, but based because they're our Creator's decisions. So this is how we should get through life and what it is. And I try to teach this from many different viewpoints or topics, whether it comes to health, money, marriage, relationships, and all these things. But people are making choices based on, they read a word and they do this and they stick to this. They're not thinking things through. It's not about overthinking, but it's about really thinking and questioning. Not just what our Creator say, but why did He say this? Not just what did He say, why did He say this? And how can we apply what He said to our lives today in our own unique situations? And think about how unique they truly are. and look at some characters maybe in Scripture and see what choices they had to make. And is our situation similar to theirs? And what was the outcome? And what were the decisions they made? These are things that will help us. So think about these things more. Slow down before you make decisions. Slow down before you think about reactions. And think about, well, how can this improve my life? And I could tell you this, and the point, I guess, of this video is you can't go wrong by trusting our Creator. You can't go wrong by listening to our Creator. And you can't go wrong by giving reverence to our Creator in all things, above all things, at all times. If you do that, folks, you're going to be successful in life. But once you start cutting corners with those things, you're going to start to see things in your life don't turn out as our Creator planned for us. And at any point, you can change. You could change your thinking. You could change all your ways and understand. Know the plans I have for you there for good and not disaster, to give us a future and give us a hope. They're His plans that He has for us. We need to renew our thinking so we know what His perfect will is for us. The Word will help us tremendously, but He has given us a brain to think about the Word and apply it. All right? So combine all those things together, and you'll be in a nice place. Have a great day, everybody, and shalom, shalom.
Torah Life Ministries, come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.